Hey guys, my name is Hani Batla. I'm the CIO CTO of Adorama. I don't know how many of you know us, but hopefully you'll enjoy the next few minutes as we talk a bit about our company and how we've dealt with growth in this very unique times. So without further ado, let's just start with my first intro slide that says we are in Enigma. And the reason I picked this is simple. I think too many people don't understand what Adorama is about, or at least if they know a little bit about us, they don't know what more we do and where we're headed as a company. So I'm going to start with my favorite picture in the world. It's the picture of Adorama in 1975. That's our first store on 34th Street. We're based right here in New York, still are. And what's amazing about this is when I joined the company about a year and a half ago, this picture spoke to me not just about our past and our heritage, but to me, it acted almost like a blueprint for our future. The reason I say that is because if you think about it, a customer back in those days when he walked into this store, the guy behind the counter knew him by his name, probably knew his interests, his hobbies, his family, and was able to really have that personal one-on-one experience. And, over time, retail's changed a lot. It went to mass market, and now we're going back to being personal. So this goal of wanting to be personal, having this relationship with our customers, and really build a community around the products and services we provide is super critical to us for the future of the company. And so if you think about our website today, this site lays out a whole host of options for customers. They can buy camera and video and photography as they normally do, but in the time of COVID, we had our backbenchers like musical instruments, gaming, and drones that suddenly blew up for us, right? Because people were looking to unleash their creativity, and we want to be right there for them as part of their journey. And that's really what we're hoping to achieve as a company for the future, to be part of people's lives, to interject when we need to, but we're not really always there to just sell you something. We really want to inform you and educate you. And how do we do that is because we are out there on social media. We're there on Twitch. We're there on YouTube. We have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Why? Because we have great content. And that content is by the very people, like the customers we have, who are just excited about the work they do, or they love photography, or they love hiking for that matter. And why does that feature into Adorama? Because Adorama is not just a photography, camera, video company. We are a lot more. We have a B2B division that sells to local, state, federal governments, universities. We have a professional printing business, a professional rental business that provides cameras to folks at HBO and Axios. We are the #1 destination for scuba diving at leisurePro.com. We're the #2 destination for scuba diving at scuba.com. And then we are there for people who just want to get out there, climb those trails, hike, camp under Sunny Sports. And then last but not least, once you've captured all those memories and you got all that great stuff and you got that content, you want to put it somewhere, put it on a photo book or a metal print, and Printique's there for that. So as we deal with the scale of our business and all the variations and what we offer to our customers, we have some very unique technical challenges. For that, we rely on a partner like Fastly to help us through that. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Andre Sai, who will talk to one of our first challenges.
Thank you, Hani. So once again, my name is Andre Sai. I'm responsible for quality assurance and testing at Adorama. And regarding the velocity, so as Hani mentioned, we are running multiple websites, multiple e-commerce websites that are sharing most of the functionality, and the feature development is performed in parallel. But depending on priorities, depending on a schedule, these features for different websites, these features are deployed separately. And CDN is an integral part of this functionality. We are keeping some business logic. You'll see some details. You'll hear some details later about that. And it should get deployed together with the backend. And it's easy to get this configuration out of sync. We may deploy CDN configuration too early, or we may lose some change if this deployment is performed manually. Also enabling that test stage prod pipeline is crucial for the rapid development. In order to do that, we decided to go with the automatic generation of the Fastly configuration. That would allow us integration with the continuous deployment pipeline. We will have good traceability in Jira by enabling good use of the version control system, where all of these changes are like tracked, traceable, and tied together. Options that were considered: Fastly CTL, the CLI for managing of the Fastly configuration. It's great. It enables copying of the config from one service to another, exactly what is needed for test stage prod. With some tweaks, we can enable configuration overrides for different services to have them like independent, like as I mentioned before. Another option, Python client, FastlyPy. Since it's a Python client, we have a lot of the flexibility how to do it. Although there are some like changes required on top of it to enable or have all of the functionality. So we didn't decide with what approach to go yet. Still, we are roaming and playing with both of them, but definitely generation of the configuration is possible and it's easy to do. A few words at the end. Please keep in mind, test, test, and test. You have Fiddle to do it, and it allows you to test most of the functionality. But regardless to it, please use your staging configs to make sure that your functionality is working end to end.
Thank you, Andre. Really appreciate that. So, as we move forward, I want to take a few seconds to talk about Adorama Music. It's a sign of how quickly Adorama is adapting and meeting the needs of the consumers. So, during this special time, we saw a huge uptick in demand for folks stuck at home to need musical instruments. So, we decided to launch a whole business around it. And to talk to some of that and some of the challenges we've had to overcome, I would like to introduce our architect, Kyle Clar, who can speak to some of the challenges. So, welcome, Kyle.
Yeah, and let me describe a little bit of the challenges. So the unique challenge was, as Hani said, the music products. While some of them are specific to the music industry, some of them is shared between music and electronics. And then there's the other part where, I mean, the bulk of the website is geared towards only electronics. So the challenge is, how do you build some caching around this concept that some users need to see these pages, some need to see them as the music website, while some other users need to see the same pages as our electronic website. So we gave a little thought to it and decided to use the vary header. This is something that works naturally with Fastly. All we had to do is tag these pages. It can be affected by the music website. We had to add a specific vary header. We have our origin kind of send down cookies to the users to the specific website that they are kind of browsing in this session. And Fastly would naturally match the users to the themes automatically. So in essence, the same page can coexist once as a music website and once as an electronic website without us having to think too much about it. So referral tracking is a pretty common concept. This is used by e-commerce websites and advertising places also. So the challenge with that is that unlike all the pages on the website where you can pretty much cache them, users that usually are coming from the refers, you need them to get to your origin so that you can record the session and the referring ID. this is a unique challenge where those pages cannot be cached. And more than that, it's not only the speed of the page that is going to get affected if it's not cached, it's also the risk of having this load of people coming to your website prime time when it's Black Friday, and they can sort of bring it on your website. So we thought a lot about this, and we came up with this unique idea. Given that we are on Fastly and we have this opportunity to write synthetic pages on Fastly, we switched and started caching all the pages, even when users are coming from the referral website. Instead, we wrote some JavaScript, which is kind of taking the parameter being passed in by the referrer and posting this as a beacon post back to Fastly. And in Fastly, we wrote some code that is taking that parameter and doing some live streaming to a log being hosted to one of our cloud providers. And then we have this scheduled job, which once in 5 minutes or 50 minutes is collecting those logs and sending it back to the origin. So the beauty of this is there is no live traffic coming to the origin. We are serving fast pages, and we have the information.
Well, thank you for that, Kaim. And on this note, I would like to just thank you and Andre again for the wonderful content. And more importantly, I want to thank the audience here for taking the time to learn a bit more about Adorama. And I do want to thank Fastly for giving us the opportunity to talk about ourselves. And we love having them as our partner.
Yeah, thank you, Hani. And the last word from my side, Fastly support is quick and it's good to work with and get a response within like minutes or instantly for the problem that you have. Thanks a lot.
Hani, you spoke about before about getting back to be personal. That's exactly, and small, like personal and small. That's exactly the feeling we felt when we kind of went over to Fastly. Before that, we were with a different provider, and we kind of had that feeling, that's self-understood. When you try to publish something to a CDN, naturally, it should take you like some amount of time because they have to propagate it all over the world, that many amount of servers. Yet when we came over to Fastly, you have this, first of all, this open place where you can edit your code. You don't have these restricted systems and languages. And then you click the button, and then in a matter of a second or so, it's totally live all over the world. It's unbelievable. And thinking it's even possible that it was before the whole serverless idea. So that was great.